millions of Social Security recipients are eligible for a massive increase to the tune of over $360 more per month. But we have some problems. Today, I want to address what some of these problems are because this is exactly what we are seeing and what we knew was coming when the Social Security Fairness Act was passed just this past year. Now, I'm going to break down why this is creating problems, but what this means moving forward, especially if we are going to see any type of massive Social Security reform in this new administration. So, I'll break all this down in just a moment, but before I do, all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates, and now let's begin. So yes, Social Security is changing. For some, it's for the better. For others, it's for the worse. Now, I want to explain what's going on. First, you need to understand why millions of people are a little bit upset. And it has to do with this right here. Social Security benefits have increased by 2.5% in 2025. However, currently inflation is sitting at 2.9%, meaning we are seeing less of an increase compared to what inflation is. So everything that people on Social Security are going to buy this year is actually going to cost them more money. Not only that, we've also seen because of Medicare Part B, that's increasing as well, meaning that people are actually doing worse this year in 2025 so far than they were in 2024. But here's the big news. I want to show this to you. This says Social Security boost may not come for more than a year for many Americans. Actually, it's about 2.8 million Americans. I want to explain why. Look at this right here. It says the Social Security Administration says millions of retired teachers, firefighters, police officers, and others with public pensions may have to wait up to a year or longer to reap the benefits of the recently passed Social Security Fairness Act. It goes on to say, the newly enacted law requires the agency to adjust benefits for more than 3 million people, including calculating retroactive payments and future benefits. That's good right there. Okay, so this is going to give more than 3 million people, and again, it's going to calculate benefits retroactive payments. So we're going to see people potentially get $360. Some are going to get over $700 additionally to their current benefits every single month. And some even going to get more than $1,100 on average. That's huge. But there's a problem. Look at this. When the Social Security Fairness Act was passed, it didn't include additional financing or staff to help implement the law or deal with the increased workload. That's according to the Social Security Administration. So what does this mean? Well, it's simple. The Social Security Administration doesn't have the ability to pay out more money, to increase the amount of staff that they have, to help with the additional workload, and keep their current customer support going as is. They just don't have it. The money was never passed, okay? The law was passed. There was no funding. There was no funding tied to it. So how is the Social Security Administration going to send additional funding to the tune of about $19.6 billion per year for the next 10 years? How are they going to find an additional $20 billion a year when the Social Security Trust is already on the way to insolvency? That's the issue. Now, why am I bringing this up right now? Well, it's simple. We know there's going to be discussions on Social Security. We know the Trump administration has already said they are not going to cut benefits. They're just not going to do it. They're not going to increase the full retirement age. They can't really adjust taxes at this time. But how are they going to get anything done for Social Security? Well, I want to read you a couple other things really quick. It says Social Security Administration's ability to implement the law in a timely manner and without negatively affecting day-to-day customer service relies on funding. It says though the Social Security Administration is helping some affected beneficiaries now. Under SSA's current budget, the Social Security Administration expects that it could take more than a year to adjust benefits and pay all retroactive benefits. Goes on to say, ongoing staffing shortages compounding by a hiring freeze since November of 2024 will make the task of servicing people more difficult. All Social Security recipients, including those not affected by the law, will face delays and increased wait times as the Social Security Administration contends with the new workload, according to the agency. We thank the public for its patience. Okay, so essentially what they're saying is that even people that are not going to receive an increase to their benefits will actually experience the delays. This was something that many people were looking forward to. That it's a very tough time, right? Bills keep piling up. People are behind on their rent, their mortgage, utility payments, car payments. People don't have car insurance, right? It's a tough time. But here's what you need to understand. When it comes to the Social Security Trust Fund, we are trying to figure out ways, and lawmakers have been looking, scouring to try to figure out how can they improve the Social Security Trust Fund. How can they ensure Social Security doesn't become insolvent in 2034? How can they ensure that millions of people, 70 million, are not going to receive a 22% cut in the next 9 years? How they do it? That's the problem. Everything is going to rely on funding. And I bring this to your attention because of one thing. The Trump administration, very early on, implemented the Department of Government Efficiency. This department, or simply Elon Musk and whatever team he's going to build, their sole responsibility is to ensure that we don't spend more money than we currently have. So, we're going to see cuts, but it's not going to be the Social Security. It's not going to be to Medicare or Medicaid. Those aren't where the cuts are going to come. Now, where are the cuts going to come from? That we don't know. We are seeing right now there's thousands of people that are being deported. That in the long run is going to save money. Initially, it's going to cost the United States billions of dollars. Billions of dollars to take all these flights, all these people, hire all these ICE agents, and then have them send people back to their home countries. But, according to reports, the Trump administration feels this is the best way to spend the money now because we will reap the rewards in the future. Again, this is going to tie into Social Security. Why? Because some people are receiving benefits. Some illegal immigrants are receiving some food, right? Nutrition, housing, insurance, right? All these things cost money. With that said, what happens today? Well, nothing. Nothing essentially is happening today. We just saw on this article right here that the Social Security boost that many lawmakers were touting as this is going to really help millions of people, well, it might not come for an entire year. We may not see it in 2025. But the crazy part is, I believe the retroactive payments go all the way back to the beginning of 2024. So people could be receiving 2 full years of retroactive payments in addition to the extended or the additional benefits that they receive every single month, potentially in 2026. So a lot of changes, but as of right now, that's the scary thing. Everything is going to hinge on funding. So as we get more information on this and all the latest Social Security news, I promise I will bring you that as soon as possible, but that is what we know as of today. So again, thank you guys for watching, consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.